Hey everybody, Jody here today. I've got a layout I'm going to share with you guys using the Maggie Holmes Crate Paper Craft Market Collection. I pretty much love anything Maggie Holmes, and this collection is definitely no exception there. So here's some of the stickers and stuff I'm just showing you. Some of the packaging I think is cool too. Sometimes I use that. So just to start out with, I'm just kind of figuring out where I want that piece on there. And I know that with this paper line, I think distressing would be really cool. So I start out by just kind of bending those edges of that paper, and then I decide that it's just not bending as much as I want it to. So I got out my little water pen there from Stampin' Up. So to bend up my edges and distress my edges, I really like to add water to them and then just kind of roll them back and forth, kind of like you're rolling out a skinny piece of clay, like to make it into a snake, like I would kind of like, do it like that. Anyway, so just a little tidbit there on how I like to distress my edges with water. I'm just going to add a bunch of layers here. Just got some miscellaneous other papers I'm kind of adding in to use up some other scraps. And of course, more of the craft market paper. I'm not really careful as far as, where exactly that's laying underneath there. I just want some of it to stick out, and then I'm going to add some dimension and some more. Here's a good, good way to look at, me distressing the edges. So I've basically just laid out the papers. I'm going to get a good close-up there and put water all the way around the edges with my water pen. Let it soak in for just a little bit. It'll soften up pretty quick. And then just go ahead and roll the paper underneath your fingers on your surface. And it rolls really nice, makes a really cool distressed edge without really tearing it. I mean, you can tear it in certain spots like I did on that smaller piece. But it just adds a really cool effect. That other paper in there is, I think, from Heidi Swap, that pink one. Yeah, I think that's Heidi Swap. I believe from September Skies. Okay, so just kind of keep going here. You kind of saw me just, layer those up and just kind of stagger them so that they're hanging out from one another. Just enough so that you can see them hanging out. This is a really great way to use up scraps, to use up kind of some odd pieces that are just kind of sitting in your stash that, the colors match, close enough to make it work. It doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. So then I'm just kind of layering that in there. The tape runner you see me using here is the new Easy Runner Grand from Scrapbook Adhesives. It's really awesome, you guys. I hate tape runners. I almost always have hated them. I've used all different kinds, but I really like the Easy Runner Grand. I also like their other ones also. Now you're just going to see me add some more layers here. Of course, I'm adding some doilies from my Etsy shop. And of course, I have to add a splash of gold because the gold really looks awesome with the tones of this paper. And there's even like the gold dots that are in there that have like a goldy tone to them. So I just thought that was really perfect. It'd be a nice little touch. Those frames are from a couple of collections back from Crate Paper from Maggie Holmes, and I think I bought a couple packs of them when they were on clearance, and just they're still there. So just trying to get those used up. A great way to adhere those, I really like to use the Eileen's Tacky Glue. It really holds stuff down very well. And then I also just staple them together, just kind of using just a regular staple. They're just silver staples. My Tim Holtz tiny attacher died a couple weeks ago, so sadly enough I have to get a new one. So that one bit the dust. That's been around, I think, for probably, I bet you I've had my tiny attacher for about 12 years or so, and it's definitely gotten its use over the past 12 years. So now you're just going to see me add one of the whole branding, the label strips off of the 12 by 12 sheet. And I'm really not caring that part of the barcode is up there on the right side. I'm going to end up covering that up in just a minute. But I just put the whole thing there. I don't mind that it's there. I know I'm going to end up covering it up with something, so I'm good with it. So now you're just going to see me attach some of these super cute tags. I do like to cut these in half. You kind of get more out of them. So I'll attach a few on the top, and then I'll usually put them on the bottom just like I'm doing here. Either directly below where they're at or, opposite side of the layout, just like I'm doing here. All right, so just adding some more embellishments, trying to use up some more scraps on this page. The nice thing about the different collections and the different manufacturers is kind of, especially with Maggie Holmes, I find that I can mix and match a lot of her stuff, which I really, really like. I can go back and, obviously those frames are from a couple collections ago, but they still work really well with the new Craft Market collection. I'm sorry if my voice sounds hoarse. My daughters and husband and I were at the One Direction concert last night here in Milwaukee. It was insane, but it was a really, really awesome show. I actually won tickets through Girl Scouts, so it was pretty cool. So I think I was screaming just as much as my girls were last night. It was pretty awesome. And my husband was such a good sport about it. If you follow me on Instagram or we're friends on Facebook, you would have seen several pictures get posted last night, along with, I think I got one of the videos up. I'm not really sure, but if that actually uploaded or not. So if my voice is very hoarse, so that would be why. I was screaming right along with my 7 and 8-year-old girls last night. It was fantastic. Okay, so getting back to the layout here, you just saw me cut apart, some more of the stickers just to get more use out of them. I really like to do that, especially with those cute label stickers. I'll use them to, write dates and stuff on too, but I really like to split them up and really kind of get more out of them. And it adds more little touches of gold around the layout too, which I just absolutely love. Man, you guys, I hope my voice makes it another couple minutes. Whew, I'm really getting hoarse. All right, so hopefully my voice lasts here. Well, so I can get these wood veneers added for you guys and kind of figured out where I want them. This is a winter picture of my daughter Hannah and I. Well, we would usually take just some fun selfies before I walked them to school or before I let them walk to school. Just kind of a fun little way to spend our morning. Okay, so I'm just kind of figuring out where I want some more of the wood veneers. I'm really trying to use these up. I have a couple packages of them in that glass jar. So this is really a great way to get them all used up. And again, I'll just use the Eileen's Tacky Glue to adhere these. That really works great for me. The Glossy Accents works pretty nice too, but the Eileen's Tacky Glue is much more inexpensive, and it's just easier for me to find. I can pick it up at Walmart since there isn't really a Michael's close to me anymore. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So now you're just going to see me adhere all these with the Tacky Glue, which is kind of boring, I know, but that's all good. So a couple things coming up, you guys, for September. I have an awesome, awesome card maker guesting for me. I'm not going to give away who she is quite yet, but I guarantee you will absolutely love her cards. I actually found her on Instagram and found out that she's in the same part of Wisconsin that I'm from. So kind of a cool connection there. So she's busy working on cards, and she'll have 4 posts on Tuesdays in September for you guys to look forward to. So be sure to stop by for Tuesday's Talent in September and check her out. I'll be probably posting some sneak peeks right before she posts. So, okay, so getting back to the layout, you just saw me use the Distress ink marker or Distress marker picket fence. That is the white Distress marker. That's the only Distress marker that I own and that I probably will ever own. I don't use markers a whole lot. I've got a few Copics. I don't really use them much either, except for like to color the wood veneers, or, my daughters will color on cards with them too. I let them use that stuff. But that picket fence marker is really, really cool. So it kind of goes on clear, so it'll go on, you won't really see it. You'll just see kind of like a wet mark where the marker was, but it dries white. So you're going to get like a faint white dots or shapes or whatever you want to put in there. I'm just kind of outlining that, putting some dashes in there. I put like some little like starry snowflakes in some of the dots on the background paper. And then I just kind of sketched and hand drew some little hearts just on some of the darker areas just to add a little bit of fun interest. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my layout, and check out more over at www.SpiegelMomScraps.com. And I will see you very soon with another process video and a layout. Thanks so much, you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.